Hello everyone, today we are going to do the review of Jabberwocky. He's been playing he started the game a while ago, but he says that he was only about playing for 18 months and half of it was blind, and it's only recently for about a year that he's now focusing a little bit more into trying to get things into order and playing a little bit more seriously than what he used to be. So he's playing with a blender strategy, and right now is playing a GC/hybrid for tournament. He's playing in champion, and then he has trouble with every time that there is armor enemy. So we're gonna see what we can do about that. He's not a navy eco player, and he just tends to advance as a tower defense and just do a little bit of eco when it's the things that is limiting, which is a little bit my philosophy as well. So I think we are quite similar on this idea. Let's see if this is really what you are doing with your research and so on. And talking about the eco, let me introduce the sponsor of today's video, UG Phone, that is providing you a huge help for AFK economical farming. I'm using it on my mobile to farm, and as you see I was wave 855 and I can use my mobile to do something completely different and even turn it off. I can also use any other app, and I'm using UG Phone every time that I'm asleep to do night runs, or when I'm traveling and I don't want to be constantly on my phone, or I want to use my phone for other purposes such as taking pictures with my family or other aspects of my life. There is two links in the description of the video, one to download the app and the other one which is a short tutorial to help you set up UG Phone and do your first run within this. That app really helped me increasing the amount of time that I'm capable of farming into the games through the night runs or through every time that I'm moving somewhere for my holidays. It's been really increasing the number of coins that I'm capable of making per day, and in average, just having this app running in the background of my phone and not having to recharge my phone constantly through the night or through a travel that I'm doing somewhere. Thank you UG Phone for your support, and I carry on with my video. So starting with your ultimate weapon, we can see that there is natural synchronization between your Death Wave, your Golden Tower and your Black Hole. I'm not sure why at your level you have natural synchronization, because you see if you want to increase your economy, there is a lot of stones here that can be dumped and reduce the cooldown if you get a good MVN. So we're gonna check your module after and see what you are playing, but maybe this is something that you can optimize in the future if you get decent module that you are pulling. I see also that the Golden Tower duration, 49 seconds, is not a lot, and clearly the Black Hole duration is quite far, even with the 12-second additional to your Golden Tower. So right now I don't know if you are looking to get a little bit better into Echo or not. I don't think so, but if you are looking into getting a little bit better, I would say that increasing a little bit the Black Hole duration is going to help you, and then obviously you will need to have the cooldown that is going to be lowered if you want to be better in economy. Moving on to the tournament ultimate weapon, which is the things that are I think you are focusing right now. So you already have the chain lightning and it's very well developed. So you have max percentage of chance, great, and you have a good damage pool. 1.5k is really nice. I would say that you should not touch this damage anymore. If you want, I mean, for very long time, I don't think this is worth it anymore. If you want to keep increasing your chain lightning, potentially unlocking the quantity to the next level is an option, but I don't think it's your priority. I'm fully aligned with what you are saying on the fact that you want to unlock the chrono field. I really think this is going to be beneficial for you because now you need more control. You have the damage, you need to have the control to apply the damage and to avoid getting chipped by the enemies. So unlocking the chrono field I think is a great move, and that's exactly what I will recommend you doing. I see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ultimate weapon, so the next one will be a guaranteed chrono field because you will have to choose between 3, so by default you're gonna have the chrono field that is going to be proposed to you, which is good. So yeah, unlock the chrono field and get those research starting. While the research are going on, I recommend that you start upgrading the chrono field, starting with the cooldown. This is always the best thing. You start with the cooldown and you go and hit the minimum cooldown, which is 1 minute for the chrono field. When you have done that, After, you work on the duration and you make sure that the duration plus your research is 100% of the cooldown, meaning that you need to have 60 seconds duration for a cooldown of 60 seconds. And then later on, when you get into Legend, potentially you can overcap the cooldown of the chronofield the same way I did. I will show you. So you see you have 1 minute and 10 seconds for a cooldown of 1 minute. And having the extra 10 seconds is allowing you to have all the battle condition to the maximum level to be nullified. So basically the battle condition that is reducing the ultimate weapon is reducing at wave 1000 by 10 seconds all the ultimate weapon duration. So by doing so, you are sure that you have a constant chronofield that is always up. One of the options for the people that are not aware, one of the options that you can do if you want to bridge the gap is potentially you find a substat here that is either increasing the duration or reducing the cooldown. That is going to help you to mitigate that battle condition at the beginning. And the second thing that you can do is you can use the Galaxy compressor and put it here, but I don't really like this option because then you are losing on project funding, which means that you are losing a lot of damage on your tower. So I really think that this is not really worth it. And as you are progressing into the Legend tournament, this is like a big thing that I'm saying on the side note. Is a big side note, but as you're progressing into the Legend tournament, increasing this duration so you are comfortable with the battle condition that is on ultimate weapon is becoming very important. The way that I recommend that you do it is if you know that in a regular I would say tournament, when you don't have this battle condition, you are capable of making 200 wave, then you know that you need to overcap for the battle condition up to 200 wave, so maybe it's like 3 or 4 seconds. If you are capable of making 500 wave, then you overcap for 500 wave, and so on and so forth. So the idea is really to not go for 1 minute and 10 seconds if you know that you are only capable of making 300 wave. That doesn't make any sense. So moving on to your card, you say that you are farming as a blender and you send me the card that you are using for blender. Wave accelerator, coin, critical coin, attack speed. I think this is all making sense for blender. This is economical and this is control. Everything is good and fine here. I see that you have health, I have regen for blender. That could make sense as well. The cash, the slow aura, I mean the coins. Now there is something that I will question is fortress and critical chance. If you're playing a blender, potentially critical chance is to max the death wave, but I'm pretty sure that if you are making 10,000 wave in T10, which you do, or 7,000 wave in T11, you don't need this to max your death wave. So this is questionable, and fortress is the same. It's very questionable, and I think there is better option for you on those two. Then the free upgrade, extra ore, plasma cannon, I think all of this is good. And then here is one of the first good option that I think you should use is the landmine stun. So actually, especially on the blender, this is providing you some control, and you desperately need some control when you are playing a blender. So you should use landmine stun instead of potentially the fortress or the critical chance, depending on which one you prefer. I think fortress, removing it make completely sense because the defense absolute in T10 and T11 makes zero benefit. I see that it's not even mastered. There's no mastery or something like this that could justify fortress. So yeah, you can just remove it and put the landmine stun. Then you have the second win, the energy net. This is all making sense. As you are playing a blender, then there is no reason not to use a death ray. Once again, you're not waiting for the enemies to be killed into the black hole cooldown, so you are killing them as they arrive and you are pushing them into your orbs. So if you want to kill the enemies, then potentially having the death ray is something that could make sense as well for blender build. Not for Devo, but for blender it could make sense. Energy shield, so I don't know as you are playing a blender, I don't know if there is a lot of bosses that are hitting you, but you see energy shield to me is also a better option than the critical chance. So energy shield, better option. And now I see that you're not using berserk, so you're using the critical chance but not berserk, so I'm not too sure about what you're doing here. This is weird. And also ultimate crit is not used. Also, if you playing with a blender, I will recommend that, especially looking at your chain lightning strength, you turn off the chain lightning when you are farming. I don't know if you're doing it, but if you don't, you're probably killing a lot of enemies outside of the black hole, even when the black hole is there. So turn off the chain lightning, I think, is going to be beneficial for you if you haven't done it. I didn't mention it, but I see that you have 21 cards, and really I think this is very, very overkilling for a champion. I think that being around 15, 16 cards is enough for playing in champion. So really all the gems that you pull into the cards through additional slot, I think this is probably something that is going to miss you into the module. I've not seen your module, but I think that in the comment of the previous video where you get selected for this review, you were complaining about the fact that you don't have luck on modules. I'm pretty sure that here you unlock all the slots through the gems. So the last slot is 8,500. The slot before is 7,500. The one before is 6,500 because you don't have keys. So all this is, we just talked about like those 3 last slots, and you have even more. Those 3 last slots is more than 20k gem, and 20k gem it's a lot of modules pulls and a lot of epic. So think about it, like you over invested into your cards. Sure, you have a little bit more cards, but realistically you probably will have benefited more from modules than from cards. So I mean, it's not useless because at some point you will use those cards, but right now I think you nerf yourself your progression because you have a little bit of an advantage through the cards, but then you module, I'm pretty sure they are going to be behind everything else. So now let's talk about tournament. So you have 21 cards, you should be having everything that you need and way more, even through a hybrid build. So what are you using? You see damage, attack speed, health, health regen. This is pretty decent. We will check with the module, because if you have a good wall, then potentially that makes sense, or wormhole redirector, but yeah, let's check later on. Then you have the range, the cache, the slow aura, the critical chance, and the extra defense. Everything here is making sense. I saw that you were making around 1000 wave into the champion tournament. One of the things that you may consider is enemy balance. Enemy balance, if you're not maxing your death wave health pool through this 1000 wave, then potentially enemy balance is something that you may consider and see if you're doing a little bit better, because maybe it's going to give you a little bit more health that is going to help you. But avoid it when you have the armored enemy or the enemy that are reducing the knockback effect. This is really a bad card in those kind of battle condition, but potentially in certain battle condition it can help you a little bit. Then after, I see that you don't use the extra orb. To me, this, with the amount of card that you have, it should be 100% time up. You should always use it. Even if orb are nerfed, it's still something that is going to provide some value, if only to bosses, because usually the orb, they still doing some damage to bosses when you have the research. This is always something that you want to use for you. I think the plasma cannon is also something that I would strongly recommend that you use, even when it's nerfed. Dealing a little bit of damage if you are playing in hybrid, this is making a lot of sense in my opinion. I see that you have a landmine stun, so for tournament this is good. Wave skip, okay, potentially fine, I can accept it because you have so many cards that this is okay. I don't see recovery package, and I would like to see it. Since you're not a glass cannon, having this chance of getting extra package, can save you sometimes from getting one shot by a boss or something like this. So clearly when you free upgrade is like maxed out everything, then potentially the recovery package is something that you want to sneak in to get an extra value from your cards. Then I see the energy net, this is fine. I don't see the death ray, and death ray is also an amazing card. I know that sometimes it's the orb or the death ray that gets nerfed. I'm pretty sure that with 21 cards you can use both and still be perfectly okay. So this is something that I would like to see, probably way better than wave skip, I think. So probably remove those two. The second win, this is fine. Energy net, I said, is fine. Wave accelerator, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? You don't need wave accelerator. I mean, I understand that you try to do your tournament quicker, but this to me has no benefit. I think it's even worse, it's detrimental for you, because if you get hit and you have regen that is not instantaneous, the fact that you are reducing the time between two waves where there is no enemy that's spawning, you are removing seconds that will allow you to regenerate your wall or your tower if you don't regenerate as quickly as you could. So clearly wave accelerator must be removed. This is a mistake, you should not use it. I like ultimate crit, I like berserk, potentially energy shield, this is something that you may consider, but wave accelerator is not something that I would recommend at all. So yeah, quite a few things to change for your tournament cards, I believe, to have the best setup. Quick pause here to say that if you wish to support me, you can go into the creator code here and enter my name, Noobodytest, which is the name of the channel, and this is going to help me tremendously. The code is resetting every 30 days, so even if you have entered it once and you wish to continue to support me, you may have to enter it again. You can also add it into the online store, and by the way, you get way better value for your money online than through the apps. Thank you so much for the people supporting me, and I carry on with the video. So let's now talk about the modules. So you're farming as Blender, and then this is like something that you put but has basically no benefit, which is weird because usually Blender we try to have something here that can deal damage, but I guess this is to avoid killing the enemies. And I mean, I don't understand really. Honestly, I don't really understand this, because if you're playing Blender, then potentially killing the enemies is fine because you're gonna kill them with the orbs anyway. So why not having something that is a little bit more decent here? I mean, I don't think it changed a lot, but yeah, that make me question. You're using Sharp Fortitude, which is a great module for EHP. I haven't checked your wall, but I think this is great. So you have the G comp and you're using the primordial collapse. So now I understand you have natural synchronization, and then you can have the primordial collapse to get a little bit more EHP. The only problem I see here with primordial collapse is the only benefit that this module is providing you is actually a little bit more coverage with your black hole, which is extremely cheap, and actually it's something also that you can get in Substat if you are missing it. I don't think it's really worth it just for this. I think the strength of primordial collapse is really the EHP benefit that you get from the black hole when they are activated, but because you only have 2 minutes and 50 seconds on your black hole, which is a quite large cooldown, I think you're not beneficiating from primordial collapse that much. So this is a bit questionable in my opinion. I think you can probably do better for your farm. So let's carry on with what I see. So you told me that you use AS, Project Funding, Dimension Core, and lately ACP for your tournament. So let's see this. So the amplifying strike that you're using for your tournament, I think it's fine. You have the attack speed, which is good, critical chance, critical factor. Just for your information, super critical multiplicator is what is providing the most value in terms of ultimate weapon damage. It's counterintuitive, but I made the trials, so it's actually a bit better, but that's completely fine. And I like the attack speed for the control. So this is like a very nice, I think, in my point of view, your amplifying strike is perfectly fine. Then after you're using the Sharp Fortitude, no, you're not using the Sharp Fortitude, you're using the Project Funding. And here I I don't know, because if you're using a hybrid build, what I would like to see here, so the cache per wave is completely useless. 500 cache, thank you very much, but that's completely useless. So this you can completely remove. The cache is useless. What you need is the attack level skip. I think when you are playing in champion, you're still at the border of hybrid, and I will bet that you are getting it pretty often. So I don't think you should switch to a full glass cannon. You should still play hybrid, especially because you have no control or very low control. So on this project funding, I would say that you probably want to have the attack level skip. That is going to be better. And if you are looking for another stat, then the free utility upgrade to max your ELS fast is probably better. But cache per wave, completely useless. So this is something that you can remove. Garbage tier. Then after we have the ACP. So I like the shockwave frequency. This is good. Extra orb, land mid chance. This is, I mean, your ACP is pretty good. I like it. Potentially having the orb speed is also something that could be nice, but overall it's good. Now, it's not something that I know if you will be doing better versus the the ancestral sharp fortitude. I mean, on paper, that looks better if built correctly. Because when I see that you only have the 6% defense, either you have the 98 through modules, or this is something that is a big mess. So I don't know if you are capped at 98% defense when you are farming. So we went back to the farm. I'm sorry for switching to different things, but just now that I see the effect, I think this is really weird in my point of view. And also, then it's going to help you to have the 8% defense in tournament anyway. So yeah, weird. 8% defense, it's weird. But I believe that the bonus of the sharp fortitude that is doing on your wall is going to provide you more benefit than the ACP. I'm not sure you have enough damage to deal with the enemies. Probably having a little bit more health through this is going to be more beneficial than the ACP. I don't know. You did the tries. Yeah, I don't know which one is the best, but I would recommend that you try both for tournaments. And then finally, you were talking about Dimension Core. Here it is. So chance of chain lightning, yes. Lightning quantity, perfect. And chain lightning damage, great. Okay, so now I also see that you have the Poison Swamp cooldown reduction, which is really nice because I saw that you have a Poison Swamp. The problem is this Poison Swamp is at level 0, but still this is an idea that maybe we can leverage a little bit and see if we can do something similar to the previous video that I was recommending to build the Poison Swamp. I think for you it's probably not the priority as much, but that is something to bear in mind. So now that I've seen overall all your module, I do understand a little bit more why you're using the Primordial Collapse, because it's the only one that is ancestral. So we talked about, for the farm one, so we talked about the sharp fortitude. I was not sure about the defense percentage. Let's have a look to your G-comp. So your G-comp, you have the attack level skip in Blender, that makes sense. Package chance, very nice. And the coins per kill, very nice. Potentially having the free utility is something that could help you. The coins per wave, I guess you are farming coins in billion. The number of wave that you need to make a billion coins with 120 is a little bit too much, and even if you are playing the entire life, this is not going to be worth it. So you can completely forget coins per wave when you move past the tier 1. This is useless. What I would like to see is more like utility upgrade or defense upgrade eventually, but utility upgrade is a little bit better, so you cap your ELS faster during your run. But overall, your Galaxy Compressor has the main stat that is required. Then the second one that we wanted to check is the Primordial Collapse. So you have the extra death wave, very important. This is great, this is good. I like it. The second on golden tower, the black hole duration, the golden tower bonus, okay, and the black hole size. So I think you probably have like a good black hole size. I don't know what is the range that you are farming, but 8 meters here means that you probably have like a pretty decent black hole size already. So I see that you are 108 meter. So I don't know if this is because you have the card when you give me this screenshot, but I don't think you should farm at this height. I think you should lower this attack range, and I'm going to show you how to do it. That if this is due to research that you have done, you need to go back put back the research to 0. I don't think there is a benefit for you to be at a higher range. It's just nerfing your poison swamp, it's nerfing as well your black hole, so you need more coverage. So this is also something that you can improve, and also the enemy, they will take more time to reach your tower, so overall it's nerfing your coins. In general, farming at a lower distance is going to make you do a little bit less wave, but you are going to make more coins in general. So that's a rule of thumb. So I would recommend that you farm with the maximum attack range without any research on. So let me show you how you do that. So you need to be outside of a run. So I cannot show you through a run, but I'm going to explain you. It's very simple. So outside of run, you go to research here. You click on any research, and then you are going to look for the range. The range is in the attack. So you click on the range, and if you are outside of a run, here you're gonna have an extra screen with 2 arrows, and you can lower 1 arrow. Sorry, I click. So you can lower here or increase, and basically you can scale down the level of your range from 0 to the maximum level of the research. So you see I research level 22, so I should have 22 level, but overall my range is at 30 meters. So that's just showing you that I'm also farming with very, very low range, because this is making me more coins. So even if I have research, I managed to get 30-meter range through the technique that I just showed you. There is another thing that is like this, and it's the shockwave size. Shockwave size, sometimes it makes sense to have a low shockwave size if you're playing a Devo or certain kind of things. It's my case. I'm playing with level 0, and every time that I'm doing a tournament, I increase it to level 18, because this is something that is important for the control. So you also have outside of a run a little window here where you can modify the shockwave size that you want, so you're not penalized by the fact that you have certain research like this, and you cannot go back to farm optimistically. And so having primordial collapse and 56 meters of your black hole with a normal size, which is going to be 69 meters, you are going to cover everything with no problem every time your black hole is popping. So it's going to be a little bit better than farming with more than 100 meters. And also potentially, if you decide to switch this primordial collapse for something else, then you will still have a good coverage of your tower with this size if you are playing with 69 meters. So overall, I think you have decent modules, but you see like those 20k gem, potentially you will have this in Ancestral, ACP will be in Ancestral, and then I think the thing that is missing the most for you is the MVN that is really not close of being in Ancestral. I think you just have 1 copy, so that's another thing that you could have like better things and then potentially get more farm. So that's why I'm saying like investing into modules early on is very important, because you will get return on investment later on. And also, this is not even mentioning the fact that having 20k gems more invested into the modules, the level of your modules individually will be higher, because you will have way more folders that you have shattered to shards, so you will have higher modules level overall because you invested more. So modules is very important for the people that are watching to invest in, and really I think it's a priority versus the cards by far. Regarding the Guardian, I think it's interesting that you just went for fetch. I mean, it's probably okay. Regarding the way that you are farming, it's probably okay. Just bear in mind that the double fine chance is way less interesting than the fine chance. So I think you invested quite a lot of stones into this. Potentially the fine chance is a little bit better. I like the cooldown. The fact that you max it is great. It's the first time that I see it. I think you probably get like a good benefit from fetch. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that potentially this I'm not sure about. For the summon, this is potentially something also that you can bear in mind. Potentially at some point the summon is going to be good for you. So yeah, I don't know. Fetch overall is a very good one. So it's good that you have it and you have invested a lot. It's probably providing you a lot of value. So I quite like this move. It's actually something that yeah, I didn't try, but I'm pretty sure that it's actually quite okay. You didn't send me the bot that you have. I hope that you are investing into the golden bot and you are maxing the range. This is the priority. And once you are maxed the range, then you want to work on the percentage bonus. That is something that is the multiplicator. That is something that is very important. So regarding the lab that you have, so overall I think that what I see here, I'm quite satisfied. I have two comments. The first comment that I will have is lightning amplifier. This is good, but it has lower and lower return on investment. I think overall, when you are multiplying the damage by 8.75 on scatters, that means that when you are in the stage where you start to struggle with the normal enemies, you still destroy the scatters. So you don't need to push it way more than time 10. So here I think I would stop it. I don't think there is a big interest of going further than this. I think it's good that you have done it, but it's not something that is super important. Chain Thunder is extremely long, and this is EHP. I don't think this is your priority. I understand that you want to work on it, but it's like, don't go above 21%. You probably have better things to do than the Chain Thunder. Choke Chance, I like it. I think it's also one of those research that is extremely long and has lower and lower return on investment. So potentially go to maximum level 25. I would not recommend you to go way more than this because it gets extremely long. Like 13 days for you, it's quite a lot of time. So probably also something to be better than the Choke Chance. I see attack speed and I see critical factor. You're transitioning to a glass cannon. I really like it. As you are going to unlock the chrono field, you probably want to keep having two of those things focus on damage, and then the three things here that are going to be on chrono field, meaning the duration, meaning the additional range. This is the number 2 priority that is going to be unlocked when you have the chrono field. And then potentially here you can add the damage reduction when the chrono field is on. This is something that is decent. I will not kill yourself on the damage reduction on chrono field when it's up. Probably going around 20-23% is more than enough. You don't need to be higher than that. So among the things that you can work on before you unlock the chrono field, there is the ELS research. This one providing you like a nice boost is something that is important. I think there is 20 level and then maximum is like 2%. I can't remember, but those two, they need to be maxed. So this is two things that are I think important. So it's in your favorite, you need to start working on it. It's only 2 hours, so when you are comparing this to like a 13 days research, this is going to provide you way more. So this is something that you need to work on. Autopic, I think it's completely useless. It's in your favorite, you can remove it. You have 14, that's more than enough. You're doing 10,000 wave, you are picking pretty much everything, so this is fine. You don't need to be extremely picky now, so this is not used anymore. ELS rotation, I think, I can't remember which level is okay, but I think 4.8 is what I have. You only have 4 ELS, so maybe you need a little bit more, but no more than this. That's no point. Module coin cost, completely useless, completely garbage. It's 1.5 trillion, and like you already have 21%. Don't go more than this. There is way better things to do. This is, to me, this is waste of time, like by far. Landmine riders, I think you already have 1. This is enough. You don't need to go more. the rest, I think it could have some benefit at some point, but not your priority. The death wave stripping, really bad. Don't do this. Especially in tournament, you scale to something like 90 armors or 100 armors. Okay, you're going to remove 5. It's useless. Something that can help you here is really around bounce shot. It's potentially the poison swamp, those kind of things. But this is one of the worst research that I think there is right now. So not worth it. Your lap speed is at level 88. I think this is good. Personally, I have it lower than that. And I know that some people, they like to max it. To me, it takes way too long to max. So I think 88 like this is good, and I won't think that this is like a big issue. You were talking about, I see the lab coin discount. You were talking about the module coin discount. I told you that it's a garbage research. Lab coin discount, at some point when you will be on the stage of unlocking the card mastery, this is becoming extremely important. So I think the module coin discount, especially at your level, is garbage, but this is going to be very important later on. Looking at your research, I see that you have a very solid wall. So I would not say that you should keep investing into the wall. I think overall you have something that is very nice where it is, like max wall health, nice wall rebuild. I mean, this is all very nice. So stop investing in the wall. If you want to invest a little bit into the wall, you should do it through the health here and the health regen. I don't think it's the priority right now. I think there is no point for you to do so. The only reason that you could do so is if you want to switch to wall devo build. And by the way, looking at your wall and your economy, maybe that's something that you should think about, switching to a wall devo build. You have the module for that. You have the wall for that. You're probably going to get a little bit more coins per hour through a wall devo build. Now, I don't know how you play. If you're capable of launching a run and clicking a little bit into the ELS, reducing the attack, and then eventually leave it like this, I mean, that's something that I would consider if I were you, because that is going to boost your coins significantly without having to invest into economy, which is what you don't want. The only thing that I have in mind is maybe the Wall of Thorns is a little bit low for a Wall Devo build. I will think that maybe that's, if you think about that, switching to Wall Devo build, I will put 1 or 2 more level into this, so you are a little bit more comfortable with the Wall Devo build. So that's just a food for thought for you later. Oh, and by the way, if you switch to Wall Devo build, I recommend that you switch to the lazy version, where you still keep full auto upgrade on attack and full attack. So overall, you're not going to nerf yourself for tournament way too much, because you are already quite advanced into a glass cannon build. So the only thing that you are going to have to max is the free defense upgrade and the free utility upgrade, which is not that much. So that's something that you may think about. Coins per kill, very nice. I mean, utility research, we see that you have like a whole tower, like you have a lot of research that are pretty advanced. I don't know if you gem the research. If you do gem the research, that's bad. Don't do that. Gemming the research is not pulling modules. That means that you are behind on modules. So I don't know if you're doing this. I don't know, but if you do, you should stop. I saw that you started to work a little bit into the swamp. If you want to start with the swamp, you need to start with the radius. This is something that is very important. Then those two a little bit later on. I don't think it's your priority. Really focus on the chrono field. I think it's like those things here, like the chrono field range, and then the duration and the field damage reduction, 1, 2, and 3. Those 3 things, they are going to take you 3 months basically to max everything. So this is, to me, your next big things that you need to work on. I also saw that on the modules, everything is like pretty neat, so I really liked it. So I wanted to mention everything is in order for your modules, so you have all your modules. Overall, I will have to say that your research is in a way better shape than the rest of your tower. It's probably like your big strength is your research. When I see everything that you have, I really like the research status that you have. You've done the right thing. There is some stuff that you can potentially I see that you have energy shield level 3, which is very nice as well. Potentially at some point the black hole disable range is going to help you, especially if you eat legend. You will need to have this is going to help you. Otherwise, when your black hole is popping, the range are going to be depending where they are, they can be in position to shoot your tower. So this is something that you will need to have when you are switching to full glass cannon build, so be careful with this. But I mean, overall, your lab is in a very good shape, I would say. For the rest of your tower, if I summarize now, this is time to summarize. So cards, you did the mistake on getting more cards, and then you are paying it into your module quality. Also, the cards, I think there is cards that you are using that you should not choose for the purpose that you are using them, such as for the tournament, the wave accelerator makes no sense. There's way better things to do than this. So this is an easy fix that you should actually fix. There is your range also that I'm not so sure what you're doing with your range, which is 108 meters. This is also something that you need to fix. And on the modules, then there is the trials between this and ACP, and see if there is something that you can do that is a little bit better. Keep putting on the modules, then work on your chrono field. Overall, I think your tower is fine, but there is things that you can improve that are going to help you. And then finally, and this is what I was mentioning when I was mentioning on the sharp fortitude and your defense research, try to switch to a Devo build. Even if you are doing less wave because you're a little bit more AFK, you are going to probably make more coins, and that will allow you to have, I don't know, a little bit more workshop plus, or potentially not investing as quickly as you need to research. So that is potentially something that could be a good move for you. Guys, that's all I had for you today. So I hope that this video will help you. If you're interested of getting such a review for your tower, you can register underneath the video until the title says registration open, and then I will add your name into the massive Excel chart that I have, and then you have a chance to get pulled. The more you register, and the more chance your name you are going to have to get pulled, because I add your name every time once more into this Excel chart. Thanks everyone for watching, and I see you on the next video.